Second one.
Okay, we will call our regularly quarterly meeting of the Board of Public Works to order. We have our agenda in front of us. Are there any additions or deletions? Hearing none, we'll move on to the minutes. We have a copy of the minutes of our November 2nd, 2021 meeting for review, and if it is okay, I would accept a motion to accept the minutes as shown.
Garth, I'm sorry to interrupt. I know that on the agenda, it only says additions or deletions, but you do actually have to approve the agenda.
Oh, I'm sorry. Do we have a motion to accept the agenda as shown?
I'll make the motion to accept this, so.
I second it.
Moved and seconded. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The agenda's been approved. Now we'll go on to approval of minutes.
I make a motion we approve the minutes of Tuesday, November 2nd, as written.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? I'll call the motion. All in favor of approving the minutes as shown signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes 3-0. Communication items. I have submitted to Allison the 2022-2023 budget from the Village of Northport and Leelanau Township. That'll be in our minutes as an attachment, and also the projected bond debt payments from now through 2028, at which time they anticipate they will be paid off, so you will see that.
You have that, and you're going to attach it to today's minutes?
Yes.
You got copies we can look at, or you just want to review it?
I can review it.
I'll
Or,
run copies while you talk. I'll run it off the one I just made here.
okay. Well, let's start with the projected bond payments, because I think that is the most critical thing for us and for the county. They're anticipating bond payments in 2022 of about $623,243 balance.
She's not typing now, so.
Oh, well, we can run through it, because I'm just reciting what's on what they provided. And projected balance is approximately $2 million, plus or minus. And they, from now until 2028, they'll have about $625,000 each year in bond payments. That will decrease the balance to, they project by 2028 to a minus $14,172. They're anticipating 2 new connections yearly, but this year they had 9 sewer connections. So it all depends on growth, and they charge $17,000. Let's see, let me get the number here. $18,670 per connection, which goes to paying off the bonds. So the township's anticipating 2 new connections, but the Benzinski's original estimate of bond payments in 2007 indicated that there would be 2 connections in the village and 1 connection in the township for the year 2022, 2023. So it looks like they've got a total right now of about 605 REUs. And their fees, their debt service fees are $70 quarter in the village and $82 in the township per REU. The village is also putting in $60,000 a year for debt payment out of the village services, and that's not on this, but that's per a telephone call I had with the village. So I still have some things I would like to get some answers to from Noodle, and I have talked to Joni about it, and she said she'd be glad to come to our meeting and explain those. So I will try to schedule her for our next meeting to come in and go through this information.
So this is Noodle's.
This is Noodle's, yes, but it incorporates both the township and the village's
The
information.
budget does. Yeah. Well, we had Northport Village and Northport, or Leelanau Township come in at the same time Noodle, and like Northport Village came in and said, here's where we are, here's our expenses, and yada, 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 and we aren't gonna go broke. And then came to the township, they kept taking it out of general fund. So they didn't send you their budget to?
Not individually, just this combined Noodle budget.
Well, the commissioners are concerned, since they're backing up the loan, they're not so much concerned about Noodle, they're concerned about the township and the village being able to pay their debt. That's what they want to see.
I can ask I'll request the breakdown individually.
Yeah. What is their budget, and where is the payment coming to pay this money out of both of them? Because that's what made the newspapers the last couple of years, is that it showed that they don't have any money. Am I making myself clear?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Can't remember what the motion was.
Did they make their payments the last couple of years? They have,
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
making them,
so,
and they tried passing a millage, and that failed.
yeah.
And so their budget was shot, and they kept taking it out of general fund, and that irritated everybody else.
So we still don't know if they have enough money or there's enough money coming in
Yeah,
per individual entity to cover their,
And that's why we invited them to come
Right.
here and tell us, show us your budget, show us how you're making these payments, so that we can pass it on to the commissioners that you're solvent or you're scared or something.
yeah, and that hasn't happened in a couple of years.
Yeah,
We haven't had them up here now for a whole year.
More than a year.
Yeah. You were probably here once.
I was.
Yes. So the request is, I guess, Garth, is that if you're gonna have it next meeting, can we have all three of them to be here? Maybe one serves two shoes, so I think Joni's the head of Noodle and the township,
correct.
and the village.
Yeah.
I went up there and visited him, and I says, "Now show me your budget," and blah, 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 and he made copies, and I said, "Fine, show me this." I had a few questions. I said, "Can you come to such and such meeting and present it?" Because the request in motion is that they come and present it to the Board of Public Works with handouts, so that we can ask questions. We don't want to do that, that's fine. But we might be irritating some people.
Okay, I will request for the next meeting, because I did talk to Joni about coming to the meeting to explain this, and she said she would.
Yeah. She does a good job.
Yeah.
So we need all three. Did you see a copy of the engineering company's report and
You know,
stuff?
I got that, a year ago, I got a copy of it. I haven't received the latest copy.
And I think they come out with it in August of every year for the previous year. And it was something that I just brought when I had to give the presentation to the commissioners. I say, here's their engineering report, looks pretty good. You all got copies of it. Here is a copy of the, because we're required to report to the board, here's a copy of the budget for Leelanau Township, and here's a copy of the budget for Northport. And they gave us a presentation and everything looks okay. They're still paying their bills. Anyway, end the speech. Thanks for this, though.
Okay, moving on from communications to public comment. There's no public here, so there's no public comment. Old business, we have none. New business, we have none. We have our second public comment. Nobody showed up since our first public comment period. Where's the board member comments?
I don't have any.
I don't have anything.
Okay, no comments, so I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll make the motion to adjourn.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Without objection, we'll adjourn this meeting.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.